Sige, Kats.
So, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, classmate. So, this is our research title proposal. So, today I will propose to you our research title, which is The Effects of Online Classes to the Academic Performance of the BS Marine Engineering Student. So, we choose this title because it refers for today's situation where the COVID pandemic hits the proper curriculum of education, not only here at the Philippines, it also nationwide. That's why they implement the online classes and modular classes for all the students. So, this research that we are proposing will help and aware everybody, especially the students and teachers, of what are the effects and the solution of this kind of circumstances. So, that's all. So, the next slide will present is Hiniston. So Hiniston will explain the variables. So Hiniston, can you share
So,
your thoughts about the variables?
so these are the variables. The independent variable is the effects of online class, and the dependent variable is the academic performance of the student. And now, the independent variable is our cause, which affects our dependent variable, which is the one affected here in the research. And so I that's why effects of online class are the uh, are the one we are going to research. That's all.
So thank you so much, Mr. Hiniston, for the variables. So the next slide will explain the data gathering. So Jefferson explained.
So data gathering. In our data gathering, we have two methods or two methods. Yes. The first is the formal consent, which it uses to ask formally the student if they allow themselves to become our respondent in our study. And second is the online survey. Since we have no face-to-face classes, we prefer to have an online survey so that it will not risky for us and also to our respondent when doing data gathering in our study. That's all.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to the next slide. So the next slide is why is there a need to study? So Kagas will explain these slides. So
Okay.
Kagas, share your thoughts.
Okay. In this, why there is why it there is a need to study. First, in times of crisis, students have difficult in learning. Okay. In times of this crisis due to the pandemic and because of COVID-19, some of student or more some of student cannot focus. They have difficulties in terms of their internet connections. They have experienced family problems, emotional problems in terms of their financial needs because of their parents lost their relatives or lost their jobs. Then the second one is virtual classes are not accessible for most of the student. Okay. Most of the student cannot access for visual classes because due they have a internet problems. And the third one is limited access to internet may affect the performance of the students. Okay, because of the limited internet access, some students cannot rely on internet because they have difficult of internet, or some students cannot afford of Wi-Fi. They rely on data connection only. And last one is that there are students who cannot rely on only with self study and learning self. Okay, this is the one of the biggest problem and one of the common because some of students cannot rely of their self study because they're in the word of lack of study, their lack of interest and focus uh, because some student or more most students cannot rely for self-study. They just rely in internet and just the word of plagiarism. That's all, ma'am. That's
So thank you, Mr. Kagas, for the idea. So we're going to the last and not the least slide. So the respondents. So, ma'am, our respondents for this research is the BS Marine student, BS Marine Engineering student enrolled during the semester. So, our respondents is the students of PMMA College of the Philippines, the BsMar-E. So, Mr. Francis, do you have something to share about these respondents?
Uh, BsMar-E students, we're talking about the first year to third year students who are enrolled during this semester. That's all.
How about you, Kagas? Do you have something to share about our respondents?
um, same with Guineston. Our respondents is from first year to second year and third year.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
so that's all. So thank you, ma'am, thank you, Fab, for listening our presentation. So thank you, ma'am, and God bless you.
And God bless, ma'am.
That's all. Thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.